Okay, so today I am very excited to talk about something from the Invitation, Book 2 of the Essential Revolution. We're going to be talking about the 7 universal truths to living a life worth living. Now, it's important that we remember that these universal truths are only universal truths because we choose them to be. So, one can live life many different ways, and this is just a way. It's not the right way, the wrong way. It's a way. If you choose to live this way, then you will experience peace. You will be liberated from your mind and have the happiness and everything you want in life. And again, I'm sure there are many other ways, but this is the one that we talk about in the book. Number 1, somehow, some way, each one of us has chosen our own unique, chosen experience. Therefore, all things that happen to us actually happen for us. That sounds a little strange, right? How can that be? Sounds like a paradox. It is. I choose to believe, or I choose to know that that there's an aspect of myself that I can't see or am in complete contact with, which some would refer to as the higher self or the soul, or whatever wording you want to put on something that we really can't put words on because we don't quite understand it all ourselves. But I am choosing to know that I have chosen my unique experience on planet Earth. And why is that important to do? Well, number 1 is that it puts you in the position of taking full responsibility for your life, and the way it's turned out, and the way it was from the very beginning, no matter how hard it was. No matter how many struggles are there, no matter what abuses took place, somehow, some way, we have chosen that experience. We call it the unchosen because it really doesn't seem very chosen, so we call it unchosen. So it's kind of a paradox in the play of words. So again, this is a choosing that I choose to believe. And someone will say, well, I don't choose to believe that. I choose to believe that this is all happening to me and I'm a victim. Well, that's a way to live, and I'm not saying it's a wrong way. I wouldn't want to do it myself after having tried that and then coming to this realization and being able to live a different type of life. So number 2, all human beings want the same thing, and that is to live in joy and experience love, peace, and happiness. This shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Every single one of us is here for the same reason. We all want the same thing, all of us. Well, that doesn't seem that way because these people are doing this. I understand. But that is their way, whatever they're doing, right? They're acting out in a dark way, or they're trying to bring about some kind of dark agenda or whatever it is. They believe that they are going to find peace and happiness within that. They really believe that. Now, is it true in a lot of cases? No, obviously not, right? They're actually doing the opposite because they've been tricked. They've been fooled. They've been fooled by a system that the collective has sort of jumped on board with. And right now we're seeing a big push for this to continue through wokeism, and mainly through wokeism and through anything and all things that want to take away your sovereignty as an individual, okay? So we came here for the same thing, and the evidence of that is if you look at a baby, when a baby is born, that baby has come from a place where there is no other than, there is no opposite. It's called non-duality. We're living in the duality. We're living into, so we must experience the opposite of everything. And that includes the opposite of love. But what we're trying to get back to is living in love and peace and harmony. And so that's that one. Number 3, the universe, God, will never throw at us more than we can handle, ever. Another one that sounds pretty difficult. How many of you have said, I just can't handle this, this is too much? We all have, I understand. And it seems that way sometimes. But we know that this is a truth because we can look at other people who have had those experiences and even worse, and came out on the other side with their hands in the air. Yes, and they've shifted their lives and things have happened for them that that can prove to us that it is possible, that it is true, that the universe will not throw something at you that you cannot handle. It's not possible. Everything is happening for you. Byron Katie was the one I got that from. I want to make sure I say that. I heard her say that one time, and it made a lot of sense. So that made it into the 7 truths. Number 4, everyone is doing their best, no matter what they are doing. Wow, how hard is that one to digest, to believe? Well, guess what? I don't only believe that, I know that at my core. You say, oh, but Mike, these people do such terrible things. You can imagine the worst. Imagine the worst thing someone can do. There's some terrible things out there, right? That person is doing the best that they can do with the limited tools that they have in their toolbox. This is a fact. How can you prove that, Mike? Well, I would say look at your own life. Have you done some things that aren't so nice? Have you said some things that were out of line, that hurt someone else? Have you hurt them? Have you cheated? Have you lied? Have you hurt someone's feelings in a really bad way? The answer is most likely yes, unless you're one of those perfect people. Oh, then excuse me. But no, all of us, right? We can all relate to the fact that we've done that, and here we sit now, right now, listening to this at this moment, and you might be saying to yourself, wow, yeah, I wouldn't do that again. Okay, so you wouldn't do that again, but at the time you did because you were doing the best that you could at the time. What you had in your toolbox, that's the best you could do. And again, you say, well, why would I want to believe that? Why would I want to live like that? Because it liberates yourself and the world from blaming others. And it liberates yourself from a feeling of disdain, from the feeling of guilt, because maybe it's you that needs to forgive you, right? Or you, but for most of us also, we have to forgive another. And I take it one step further. I think we need to apologize to those people for blaming them. Apologize to yourself for blaming yourself. This is how we remove that little imprint in there, that little program. So, yeah, liberation. This is a big way to it right here. And I would say that's probably the most difficult one for most people, because most of us, all of us, have had something happen to them. I used to be one of these people who says, there are no victims. And the truth is, I watched Jordan Peterson the other day, he said, we're all victims. The rock, the car, the sun, everything is on its way out. The human, we're all going to be subject to chaos and entropy and destruction and age and ultimately death. Everything and all things. So you could say we're all victims. What are you going to do with that? What's your perception going to be? How are you going to shift that so that you can live a liberated life? That's the question. Number 6, we are all eternal. We are not our bodies. We are not our titles. We are not our place in a relationship. You are not a husband or a wife or a son. You are not your physical body. You are not a president of whatever corporation. You are much more than that. You are a spirit entity that has come to planet Earth to jump into one of these things right here. A lot of people call them meat suits. You came into incarnation to have an experience, but you are a spirit. You are not separated from the ultimate divine spirit intelligence, the big one. You are part, if you think of a sun and then it has its rays, you are no less, as you know, the ray of the sun is no less part of the sun. You are no less a part of creation, capital C creation. You are it. Therefore, you will never die, ever. Now, how do you know this, Mike? Trust me, I know it. You will never die. You will, and you could say, okay, maybe you don't know that. The person I'm speaking to right now, the people I'm speaking to, maybe you don't know that, but you can choose to believe it. You can choose to even know it. And let that sink in, because once you get to that place of knowing that you are eternal and that your experience of some kind is forever, infinity, literally it's infinite, it's going to go on forever for the rest of ever. There is no end to it. Once you get that at your core and you know it, not just believe it, let's see you get to that place where you know it, choose to know it, then you're liberated from fear. Because this right here, this lifetime we're living, it's like a little half of a grain of sand, and all the sands in the world and beyond, right? It's nothing, and paradoxically, it's everything. The cosmos are watching what's happening to us right now in this world, the way things are happening, what's going down. It's big, and at the same time, it's nothing. That's the paradox. And it's nothing only because you're just going to keep going on and on and on and on. In some, I don't want to use the word form, but in some consciousness, some dream of consciousness. Because we're all just dreaming right now, really. I don't want to get too far out there, but just know that you are eternal. Liberate yourself from the fear of your death. It'll never happen. Just the physical death. I had a friend say once, says, I'm not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. I get that one. But, okay. So, the last one, certainly not least, the most important, one that I got from Eckhart Tolle, man who's changed my life with his words and what he's written. The present moment is all that exists. This is an absolute truth. This is undeniable. This is not something I'm asking you to choose to believe in. You can know this just sitting here right now. Right now is it. There is nothing else. Yes, there's an imagined future that you've created here, and there's a past that also only exists inside of here, a memory. It's not real anymore, right? What's real and what is happening is right now. This moment is it. And that also is liberating, right? Because many of us want to be upset about what happened, fret about what's coming, be excited about what's coming because this wasn't enough. Be excited about what was, because that wasn't enough. Or that was better, so this isn't enough. It's never going to get better than it is at this precise moment. That's hard to hear for some people because they're banking everything on when they get that promotion, when they get $1 million, when they get $1 billion, when they get $10 billion, when they get that next drink, when they take their vacation, when they move into this house, when they find the perfect partner, when they have a child. You can go on and on and on. When they graduate, when they get this title, whatever. It's right now. Here it is. This is it. Have gratitude for this present moment because this is all that exists. We can go deeper with these in the future sometime. Maybe get on a call, get on a YouTube with somebody else and kind of battle it out. People who don't agree with this, and I would invite that. I think that's a fun thing to do, and I'm always open to see if maybe there's more universal truths we can throw in there, and also if there's something flawed. Enjoy life. You're eternal. You're blessed. Have gratitude for this present moment because that's all you got. Until next time, thank you. Blessings. So, if you like what you just heard and want to become an agent of change, subscribe to my channel, give us a thumbs up, and make sure to go check out below my Instagram and my website, and be the shift.